ABC7's special presentation of Just Like Me, brought to you by Mancini Sleep World.
I have asthma and I have trouble breathing sometimes. Nice to meet like other kids that have like the same condition as me, kind of. Makes me feel like I'm not the only one that has it.
It makes me feel good, like where I belong. Because most people find me weird because I have autism.
Go, Brianna.
Those are the inspiring voices of innocence, courage, and hope. There is no other place that can create such powerful change in these young lives than right here, Camp Arroyo in Livermore. At first glance, it's just like any other summer camp. But after just a few moments, you can see it's so much more.
Hi.
Each year, thousands of campers, many young children facing life-threatening or life-altering conditions, come here to meet others just like them. For the next half hour, we'll take you inside this special place and meet the people who are making it happen. And it all starts with the Taylor Family Foundation.
Okay, come on in. You can go in.
More than 3,000 kids with special needs come to Camp Arroyo every year. The free camp is hosted by the Taylor Family Foundation. Barry and Elaine Taylor started the foundation in 1990 to help children living with HIV and AIDS.
So the whole time raising funds was to build camp for children with AIDS because they didn't have any place, anywhere to go. At that time, there were almost like 1,000 children from Central California to the border. And we thought, okay, this will be perfect. We will get all 1,000 kids instead of the 25 sickest go first, you know, and then nobody ever gets to go to camp when they're healthier.
The Taylor Family Foundation wanted to do more, so in 1997, it partnered with the East Bay Regional Park District to build Camp Arroyo, a state-of-the-art green facility for kids.
By time you do a master plan and you pick your architect and you build and draw your plans and you get your permits, and it took 3 years.
At the same time, the transmission rate of HIV from mother to child dropped dramatically in the U.S., according to the CDC. So the Taylor Family Foundation was faced with a good problem.
By that time, there were only 300 kids. So who are we going to put in this camp, this amazing, beautiful camp?
The answer, Camp Arroyo opened in 2000 to all kids dealing with life-threatening diseases and life-altering conditions such as HIV, asthma, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and celiac disease.
It really gave us this much greater broad base of children in our communities we could help.
So what do the kids do at camp?
I really like being able to swim.
Football, there's archery, there's so many fun games.
My favorite thing was the rock climbing wall and the zip line.
Plus horseback riding, bocce, arts and crafts, and so many more fun things which make camp magical. At the same time, they're building their self-esteem and creating lifelong friendships.
These kids stay in touch with each other and they have this sense of community. So let's say maybe at school they're having a difficult time fitting in, but they have their weekends where they can meet up with each other. And so there is this very, very tight sense of community.
I still have a relationship with some of the people here, and it's amazing because I can still talk to them.
We can talk about our past and stuff like that, and it's really nice to have a friend that understands what you're going through.
The good news from the past 2 decades for these young people is that many of them are living longer thanks to advancements in medicine in places just like this. So they become teenagers and then young adults, many still returning to Camp Arroyo for an inspirational dose of strength and courage. We recently got to meet some incredible young people at a camp for teens living with HIV or AIDS.
In the outside world, you can't really be yourself fully because of people judging you, but here you can be anything you want to be.
A lot of people here either have HIV or they're affected by it, meaning a close family member or a close friend has it. So for them to be able to come together and have a space where they're accepted for who they are, that's extremely important.
This place is my family here, and when I'm out of camp and back home doing my thing, I want to say I feel lonely without everyone here, and I feel like I'm not myself.
These 3 young adults have spent their whole lives dealing with the challenges of being born HIV positive. Now, after years of being a camper, they've returned as counselors, giving back to a new generation of campers. It hasn't always been easy.
One of the things about HIV and AIDS is the negative stigma associated with it. It's not like any other disease, because most other diseases is not the fear or the rejection that you face. If you tell someone you have cancer or lupus, they're not going to say, oh, you can't spend a night in my house, or oh, I'm not sharing a fork with you.
Shirla has been fighting that stigma her entire life. Growing up in foster care, life handed her some tough challenges.
As a 6-year-old child, I was told that I was HIV positive, so I just knew that I was different and that I had to keep this big secret and that I was sick or something was wrong with me. So it made life a little difficult.
It breaks your heart to think about kids being bullied and being afraid to go to school. And I know that's huge across our nation, not even with HIV, but then you add that to it, you know, and you add some of the other issues our families have, like poverty and, you know, some of that, and it makes it, you know, it's a hard childhood.
Alex first came to camp when she was 6 years old. She remembers being scared at first, but years later, she's a confident, strong woman.
It's taken a while for me to build up my strength because I am a shy person. I sometimes let people walk all over me, but I had to learn that I'm my own person and they can't do that to me anymore.
This is a therapeutic camp, so even though they're having a really good time, there are things going on where, like you said, where we're building strengths, we're building resistance.
Education also plays a large role at camp, from learning about abstinence to safe sex and full disclosure. They talk about all of it here.
We do have kids here that were infected in middle school and high school. So infections are still happening at that age level. So, you know, I think pumping up the education in the schools and, you know, this has become a chronic manageable illness, but it's still out there.
Thanks to the love and support from friends and the Taylor Family Foundation, the future looks bright for these counselors. Alex is studying to become a medical assistant. Shirla is earning a degree in early childhood development. And Dylan continues his great volunteer work with young people. Together, they're returning the favor and helping kids just like them.
I'm healthy, I feel great, I look great, I'm very active, very social. I have a lot of friends who love and care about me and support me. So just because you have HIV or AIDS is not the end of the world.
Camp Arroyo offers a world of hope, fun, and lasting friendships.
I love it here.
I do too. I do too.
It also offers a safe environment for kids. Their stories, When Just Like Me, continues.
Everyone has celiac, and so I guess that's just really awesome because you can be with people who are, you know, just like you.
Living normal is not something many of us have to think about on a daily basis, but there are some who face that challenge every day. Celiac disease is one of those life-altering conditions that completely changes a family's lifestyle.
Pretzels actually caused a fight at camp, these particular pretzels. And this seriously is the biggest deal at camp. This morning we served 150 fresh donuts.
This is Celiac Camp. It's a safe place for kids with celiac disease to have fun and not worry about food choices.
I really like the food.
The hot dogs are pretty good.
This chicken is delicious.
Definitely the corn dogs.
These kids have a bad reaction to gluten, a protein found in certain grains such as wheat, rye, and barley.
Celiac actually, technically, it's not an allergy. It's an autoimmune disorder. It's a lifelong disorder. It's not an allergy. You can't outgrow it. So if you have celiac, you will be on a gluten-free diet your entire life.
Here, all the food is gluten-free, so the kids can eat whatever they want, and they love it.
Cupcake!
So what are the symptoms of celiac disease?
It's different in every person. In some people, they can have problems with their joints, and some people, they can have problems with not growing. The most common ones are GI symptoms.
I had horrible stomach aches way more often than was any normal for any little kid.
That you don't absorb things as well. So your iron levels may be down, you may be anemic. You may not absorb calcium as well, so the bones can be thinner.
For some, including Marja Berry and her family, getting a celiac disease diagnosis took time.
My daughter was born and she was very sick. She had the never-ending colic. She was diagnosed with leukemia. She was diagnosed with appendicitis 12 times. She was diagnosed with pretty much every possible illness. One day I got so frustrated because I brought her to the hospital and they told me that she had leukemia and they wanted to admit her because the fever will not go down. And they spent 23 hours on the internet trying to figure out what was wrong with my daughter. And the more I keep going through it, this name celiac kept coming up. So I found out the doctor who put it in the books in 1999. So I drove 180 miles in my RV with my daughter, and I had a baby at the time. My little one was about 3 weeks old. As soon as I saw her, I think my daughter has celiac, but the doctors don't believe me. She took one look at my daughter, and she says, "Oh my God." She postponed her meeting. She took my daughter straight into surgery. She came out of the biopsy and she says, "You were 100% right. She has celiac." And she had damage to the small intestine. And she had a small, sorry, it's kind of hard for me. She had a tumor in the stomach that was already created by celiac. And she told me that if I have not done that, my daughter will not have lasted a month. Then she told me, "Let me have the baby." And I'm like, why? Because siblings will have it. If one has it, the other one will have it. So she took my baby in for surgery, and she had the biopsies. She was 100 times worse than my first daughter. She had a bleeding ulcer. She has so much damage to her small intestine, she will not have lasted 6 months. After everything was done, they told me how to fix it. I went home with my 2 kids, figuring out what am I gonna feed my girls. I went to the store, spent 2 hours looking at every single label, everything had wheat. So I sat on the floor and I cried for about 2 hours, and I realized I only had corn chips to feed my daughter because that was the only thing that was gluten-free.
Berry's daughters are now 10 and 14 years old, and they love coming to camp.
It means a lot to me to know that I can just come here and not have to worry about what I can eat and stuff like that, because that's normally my job at school and everything. I have to check all the stuff, and it gets really exhausting.
Yeah, I learned that there's a lot of gluten-free stuff in the world, and I'm definitely gonna try it.
And they met so many kids just like them. It's like Mommy was like I was in a world, in a universe of celiac. Everybody was like me. They feel normal for the first time in their life.
The best part about being here is you don't forget that you have celiac disease, you just forget that you're different.
I grabbed a snack and I was thinking, is this gluten-free? Then I was like, wait, I'm at Camp Celiac. This is totally gluten-free. So then I just mowed down on cookies.
Having a life-threatening disease or a life-altering illness can be pretty scary at times, but these campers feel secure enjoying all Camp Arroyo has to offer, knowing that everyone has each other's back.
I feel safe around everyone here. I know that I'm around people that I can depend on.
It's pretty much like, I got your back, you got mine.
What's so great about the kids coming to Camp Arroyo is that they get an opportunity to have fun and be a kid, and also learn about their conditions of asthma or any other health issue that they may have.
It makes me feel good because I have like other people that are like me that have asthma here.
It's just like any camp you would go to as a child.
Oh.
We have a safe environment geared toward keeping them healthy so that they can participate in all the camp activities and not have any problems with their asthma, but we're here if they do.
Whenever we go up to the ropes course or the rock wall or anything in here that's active, we know that if one of us coughs, to go tell an either adult or ask them if they're okay.
Which would you go up?
I go on that one and that one.
Nice. Yeah, that's what we do.
When they're around their friends and when they're around other kids that have the same conditions that they do, they don't feel so alienated, and they also don't feel like they're special or they're any different, because they're all among their friends that have the same condition, and they can come here and have a great time and not worry about that.
It's nice for them to come be with other children who have asthma. They get to share their experiences.
We have sessions in our cabin, what we have to deal with and stuff. I have a lot of people around me that have the same condition, asthma as me, so it's easier to think that they're either just like me.
We're all just really a big team and group. The Taylor Family Foundation is actually helping kids, helping them learn what they need to do just in case.
It's hard.
Come on,
but that's okay. You can do it.
It's such a great relief knowing that the Taylor Family Foundation is here for kids so that they have opportunities that they normally wouldn't do because of any health issues.
Good job!
Good job.
Just because we have like something wrong with us doesn't mean we have to be like cooped up inside. We can be like doing stuff we love.
Thank you, Taylor!
Campers bounce from one activity to the next at Camp Arroyo, no matter their personal or physical challenges. See for yourself. Just Like Me continues in a moment.
Hi everyone, this is Randy Mancini of Mancini Sleep World, proud sponsor of Just Like Me on ABC7. All of us at Mancini's salute the work the Taylor Family Foundation does for children and families throughout the Bay Area. We're happy to be part of this special presentation.
Music, climbing,
horses and swimming. Summertime at Camp Arroyo. For many of the campers, it's the most wonderful time of the year, no matter what obstacles they face.
Okay, 1 foot, now the next foot.
There you go.
Woo! Yeah.
Is it hard to learn sign? It is hard. It's hard to sign.
Go.
Oh. Sorry.
Coming to camp is just, you see the smile on these children's faces. You get an opportunity to see them enjoying life.
This is the best camp I've been to for 12 years.
12 years. That's how long the Exceptional Needs Network has been able to bring developmentally delayed kids and young adults ages 6 to 22 to Camp Arroyo for free, thanks to the Taylor Family Foundation.
You know, we wouldn't be here for 12 years if it wasn't for their support and all they do for us, and they're just a wonderful organization.
It's heaven on earth. Every year, it just seems like it gets better and better, and we look so forward to coming to Camp Arroyo.
We deal with a lot of autism and the whole spectrum, so, you know, mild to moderate to severe, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, seizure disorder, developmentally delayed, and then other things that just aren't diagnosed.
Emotional, physical, some weird diets. There's a whole gamut of the kids that we come to camp.
So does it help you with your anxiety?
Yes, it does.
You're deaf, yes? Yes.
I went up on the walk wall.
The rock wall behind you?
Yeah.
How high did you get?
To the top.
All the way to the top?
Yeah.
Was that scary?
A little bit, but I was kind of fine.
That's what's wonderful about this camp is that these kids, this may be their only opportunity all year to be in an environment that's for them.
And this helps them realize that there are other kids like them out there, and then they come here and can be themselves, and they can have their personalities and quirks, and it's okay.
How do you think camp helps all the other kids like you?
Well, they keep them positive. The campers, the counselors keep them positive.
Does camp make you happy? Yeah, we're happy.
I love the pizza and the tacos.
Zoe likes the food.
You like the pizza and the tacos?
Great food, good friends, and a generous amount of activities to stimulate campers' bodies, minds, and spirits.
Hey! Yay, Angelina, thank you for sharing. Everybody together. Can you feel the rhythm?
Do you like music therapy? Have you done it before? What is your favorite musical instrument? Do you like the drums?
The drums.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay, sorry, honey. Go, Brianna.
There you go, Brianna.
Oh! That was fantastic. Yeah.
High five. Yep. It's not just the kids that benefit, it's the parents too. I mean, the respite hours that they get, having a kid with special needs is a 24/7 job. Just being able to drop your kid off and know that they're going to be safe here, that you can go and do and just decompress.
The Taylor Family Foundation has just been wonderful for us, so thank you so much, Taylor family.
Thank you, TTFF.
When we come back, we'll learn what lies ahead for the Taylor Family Foundation and Camp Arroyo, and what you can do to help. The Taylor Family Foundation has moved into its third decade with lightning speed, creating new programs and building a great future for families in need. So how can we help? It can be as easy as coming to camp.
The new camps actually this year are arthritis camp, and they now have a teen camp. As they've graduated into, preteen and teen, they have a whole set of new dynamics and new issues. We also are doing an additional autism and disability program. So this year we added 3. Next year we're working with epilepsy and Down syndrome.
There are also new programs that run year-round, both in and outside of camp, such as music therapy.
We are hoping to set it up so our music therapy van will go to Kaiser Oakland, to the children's oncology floor, because there's no music therapy program there. And they can go out to Springstone School, to the autistic junior high school kids. We really want this program to be far bigger than just camp.
Developing these new programs and camps takes a lot of time and money, but there are so many ways to help.
People can come here and help by volunteering, help by donating. They can come into the office and help us. They can spread the word about us. They can become ambassadors for us.
And then there's Day in the Park, the Taylor Family Foundation's annual fundraiser taking place this Sunday, August 25th at Camp Arroyo. Enjoy great food, wine, a live auction, and meet the amazing kids who benefit so greatly from your help and donation.
The other goal, of course, is to get our endowment fund to the point that it sustains camp. This place is nothing but joy. You see, even with the sickest children, you see them laughing and embracing each other and having fun, and I get to be a part of that. How lucky are we?
Thanks for joining ABC7 as we continue our journey with the Taylor Family Foundation and Camp Arroyo. To learn more about their camps and programs, log on to abc7news.com.